Hello and welcome to day 10. I am at the side of your screen because I want you to see the setup for today. Today's practice will be about embracing the journey, and I'm going to introduce to some and remind others of our restorative yoga practice. So I'm at the side of the screen because I really want you to see my setup. Now, I have a bolster, 2 blocks. I also like to have a little more cushion under my hips so you see a bit of my supplemental mat that I like to put under my hips. I have a couple of pillows, and then I have a Mexican blanket also to the side. If you do not have any of these items, no worries. You want to take a couple of pillows to raise your back and your head up, and maybe a blanket or a comforter, or a couple of, these are actually throw pillows that I grab from my living room that I use to support myself. We're going to be doing 3 poses today. Each pose will be about 5 minutes long. And again, this is a restorative yoga practice with the theme of embracing the journey. So embrace how far you've come. Embrace that this is day number 10 and there are only 20 more to go. And we're going to get started. You'll be able to set your intentions as we're in our first pose. And the first pose is called Supta Baddha Konasana. So I did that whole intro so that you could set up and get into place. And our first pose, again, is Supta Baddha Konasana. You're going to place the soles of your feet together. And restorative yoga is a completely supported class. So each pose, you don't want to feel any stretch or any tension. You want to allow yourself to ease into the pose. So again, a slight incline on the back. This is optional. I just like it under my hips. You could actually do this practice in your bed. And restorative yoga is just that. It restores the nervous system. It allows us to slow down, and it allows us to heal from the inside out. So I invite you to lean back. I've used a couple of blocks to bring my bolster up. Again, fashion your setup any way that works for you. You can also place a couple of pillows underneath your arms. I particularly like not having pillows under my arms because it makes my heart open even more. And I invite you to close your eyes. And you are breathing any way that you choose. Allowing yourself to sink into the practice. I have my phone because I need to time our poses. So we'll be in this pose for 5 minutes. This is an opportunity to reflect on your journey thus far. You can think of setting an intention for this time. Perhaps a single positive word, embrace, belonging, ease, repair. Allowing the exhalation to be longer than the inhalation. Noticing your shoulders, can you allow them to relax 10% more? Allow your chin to come down just a half an inch more. Take a deep breath in and let it go slowly. Noticing if you're holding any tension in the legs, the hips. Let go. If you find your mind wandering, acknowledge your thoughts. And once you notice, that's a gift. Draw your awareness back to being right here, right now, in this present moment. Acknowledging that this is a gift you give yourself. Taking 3 more breaths in this pose. And on the very next exhale, begin to bring the knees together. Use your hands to press yourself up. And you're going to shift to one side, coming on the hip. Open the legs. You can remove the props under your legs, or you may leave them there. Extending the side body down, allowing the head to rest. And allow the arms to go wherever they feel most comfortable. And once you find that perfect spot, that sweet spot, try and stay there for the next 5 minutes. If you notice that there's an itch, try not to scratch. Explore sensation. Adding pillows or props or taking them away. Allowing yourself to sink gently into the pose. Can you allow yourself to embrace the path that you're on? Can you allow yourself to embrace the journey and all that comes with your journey? The good, the things that we perceive as not so good. They are all part of the process. We gain wisdom from things that don't particularly go our way. Can you embrace that? Taking 3 deep breaths, allowing your side body to sink down a little more. Notice if there's any holding in the hips. Can you let go? One more breath. And on the exhale, gently use your hands to press yourself up. This is deer pose, and we're going to turn and do deer pose on the other side. So allow yourself to turn, coming on the opposite hip, knees bent to your edge, close or further away from the body, extending side body down, allowing the head and arms to rest wherever they feel most comfortable. Once you find yourself in that sweet spot, try and stay there for the next 5 minutes. Restorative yoga is healing our internal wounds with courage, dedication, and devotion. When we practice restorative yoga, we are teaching our nervous system how to release contraction and to feel safe. Allowing ourselves to come into deep stages of rest that support repair, rejuvenation, and resilience. It's as if we're developing our nervous system with a buffer while also strengthening our psychological immune system. Restorative yoga is a way to experience our emotions, to experience perhaps even the pain of living in this society and the discomfort that we sometimes feel without reacting to it. Restorative yoga allows us to move through. It regulates, again, our nervous system. We are doing 5 minutes in each one of these poses, but I encourage you to perhaps come back to this practice and maybe pause the tape and stay in these poses for 10 minutes. Taking a few more deep breaths here. Learning to embrace the journey and the experiences that have led you here. You are not here by mistake. On an exhale, begin to lift the head, pressing the hands down, lifting the upper body. Coming back to perhaps a seated position, maybe staying exactly where you are. Namaste. Continue to embrace the journey, and congratulations on completing day 10. See you tomorrow.